I even challenge you guys, like, kind of, I mean, unless you're watching from your pajamas, which I have so much respect for you if you do. Like, this whole quarantine thing, I have worked in my pajamas more times than I can tell you. But unless you're, you know, in your pajamas, and even then, that says, like, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and you're enjoying this show, which is fun. I challenge you to kind of, like, look down and go, like, okay, what am I wearing today, and why? Maybe you're going somewhere, or maybe you're like, I just really like this top because it makes me feel good, and I really want to feel good today. And then there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm like, I just need to dress up and put on red lipstick. Like,
yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, I'm gonna go out tonight. I don't care where it is. Yes. Like, I just need to feel good, so I'm just gonna dress up a little. And I love that because clothes can really help us. I don't know, make us feel our best. So.
Yeah.
I even challenge you guys, like, kind of, I mean, unless you're watching from your pajamas, which I have so much respect for you if you do. Like, this whole quarantine thing, I have worked in my pajamas more times than I can tell you. But unless you're, you know, in your pajamas, and even then, that says, like, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and you're enjoying this show, which is fun. I challenge you to kind of, like, look down and go, like, okay, what am I wearing today, and why? Maybe you're going somewhere, or maybe you're like, I just really like this top because it makes me feel good, and I really want to feel good today. And then there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm like, I just need to dress up and put on red lipstick. Like,
yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, I'm gonna go out tonight. I don't care where it is. Yes. Like, I just need to feel good, so I'm just gonna dress up a little. And I love that because clothes can really help us. I don't know, make us feel our best. So.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A New Thing Live. So glad that you're here with us today. My name is Cyndi Galley, and I am your host for this evening's show. So excited. Can you believe we are already in the Christmas week? I cannot believe it. Okay, so March just hit. And of course, as we know, the pandemic hit us in March, and now we are now in December. We officially have traveled through March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November to December. 9 months. 9 months, folks. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff still happening out there, but, again, we know that some of you are really going through it. And we don't want you to give up. We're just happy that you're here. And we're just so glad we are blessed to have life in us. And so, whatever you're going through, just don't lose heart. Don't give up hope. Just keep having that faith. Right now is the season of hope. It's a season of comfort. It's a season of joy. So just latch on to everything that this season represents, and just know that we are with you. We are in your corner. We're in this together. And so thank you so much for joining. We have a fun show lined up for you today. My goodness. So it's all about do it yourself. And I think what really inspired tonight's show is the fact that right now, a lot of us are in lockdown. So California, we've been in lockdown for almost 3 weeks. And a lot of the things, all of the restaurants shut down. I don't know where you're watching from. And don't forget, let us know where you're watching from. Hi, Carrie, good to see you. Hi, Griselda, good to see you. Thank you for joining. But, wherever you're watching from, we want you to engage with us. We want you to tell us, hey, I'm here from Carrie. Where are you coming from? Carrie, write it out, because I believe you're out of state. And Griselda, I know you're in California. I get to see all of the YouTube comments, but the Facebook, I don't get to see until after we go off air. So still, we want to connect with you. Let us know where you're coming from. Give us a shout out. For those of you on Facebook, watch, do a watch party, throw a watch party with your friends. But this is an interactive show. We want to hear from you. If you've got questions, we'll stop and I'll take a look to see who's asking what and all of that good stuff. So hi, Deva. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us from Pomona. So this is really a great, great time. I look forward to Monday nights. I look forward to being with you. It's actually one of the highlights of my week. Is I think I can't wait until Monday night. I'm so excited. So I'm just so glad that you're here. And a lot of you do watch. We get a lot of views after the show ends as well. And so for those of you watching both live and on demand, just welcome. We're so glad that you're here. We do really hope and pray that all is well with you and yours. So tonight is a fun show. You know, we're just a few days out from Christmas. It's Monday. Christmas Eve is this Thursday. Christmas Day is Friday. How many of you have got all of your shopping done? Can everybody say yes, no, somewhere in between? I feel like I'm 80% of the way done. Most of my immediate family live out of state. Most of them live in Wisconsin. And so it makes it a little bit nice because then we just do the Secret Santa gift exchange. I've already sent my little Secret Santa gift out to my person. And then, of course, I've got 4 nieces and nephews. And so that always makes it a little bit easier. But for those that have like the large families, grace to you, grace to you. So I'm not super ready for Christmas in terms of, I still don't 100% know what I'm going to do, but I know there's been invitations and things like that, but I'm really trying to navigate. And I don't know about you, but I really am trying to navigate through this season. You know, even though there's a lot of invitations to do a lot of things, I just take the time and say, okay, like what things do I feel like I can attend? What things do I feel good about attending so that I don't overdo it? And also, again, you know, just making sure you're in a safe environment. We do want to stay safe. I know that CDC regulations, they're really recommending that before any gathering that everybody takes a COVID test before you get together. And then this way, those of you that do attend know that you are COVID, you know, free or COVID negative. And so a lot of different things you can do. I was at a Christmas event last week. There was just 4 me and my girlfriends, and I'm so blessed to have so many wonderful girlfriends. And this group of gals is no different. And we get together quite frequently throughout the year. And so I was the only one, you know, wearing my mask for the most part. And then another group of girlfriends and I, we went to the Grove, and there we all had to wear masks, you know. So I think with the exception of taking a picture, like we took them off and we breathed real carefully, and then we put our masks back on. And so anyway, just doing what you can. Nobody likes wearing a mask. Again, I know I've said this before, but really it is for the protection of others, especially if you don't know if you have it at the moment, but also if you have any symptoms. I know there, you know, some people might just feel like it's an allergy or just sniffles, but really, because of the pandemic, I would just recommend, if you're not 100% sure, then it doesn't hurt just to go get tested, especially for those of you that are going to be gathering with your loved ones. So be safe, wash your hands, got to carry that lotion. And Bath and Body is doing a great sale on lotions, by the way. So get that lotion, that stuff that really moisturizes, because my hands are so dry. And I'm not sure if it's only me, probably not. But so anyway, before we get into our show, I want to say, you know, birthdays are a wonderful thing. And growing up, I loved celebrating my birthday. And I could think of a few that were really knocked out of the ballpark, including my 50th birthday. That one was out of the ballpark. It was amazing. And, but we have some wonderful birthdays of people that are just today and within 24 hours. And so though I have a lot of people that I love, I'm going to give a shout out today to Miss Aaliyah Phelan, my little love bug. She's my goddaughter's older sister, and she just turned 16 today. So happy birthday, girl. So proud of you. You are amazing. We love you. God's got some awesome things in store for you, girls. So just lean your ear, incline your ear just to say, hey, Lord, what do you have for me this year? What do you have for me to do? The word says, call out to me and I will show you great and mighty things you do not know. So Aaliyah, do that. And then my girl, Jen, my roomie, Schnabel, I want to say happy birthday to you. It's her big, I guess I can say it's the big 4-0. It's the big 4-0 for Jen today. So happy birthday, Jen. I look forward to celebrating you later this week. And then tomorrow, we should not forget, and we shall not forget, the lovely Carrie McField. So Carrie, we love you. She is an associate producer on this show, and she happens to also be one of our bloggers with Fashion Magazine, who will be here tonight as well. So Carrie, want to say happy birthday to you, girl. You are amazing, and just love you so much. We miss you. You're not here tonight. here in the studio, but you are with us. I see you, your little comments. So we want to say happy birthday to you. We love you so much. All of you that I just said happy birthday, we love all of you so very much. So may this be your best year yet, even in the midst of a pandemic. We can still thrive. Human beings are called to thrive even in the midst of distress and chaos and adversity. And so every one of you, I'm excited about, what this year holds in store for you. So happy birthday, ladies. So while we are in the mood for Christmas, it's been one of those bittersweet things. We've lost loved ones. I've lost loved ones in the midst, even COVID-related deaths in my family. And so, I'm getting a lot of texts and emails just saying, would you pray for us? Would you pray for my family? And so it's just one of those bittersweet, because Christmas is really a time to rejoice. And it is a time of hope and peace and comfort and all of those good things. But this year I have noticed a difference. And tell me if I'm the only one, because I feel like I've gone to those little neighborhoods where the Christmas lights are up and it's a big deal. And even though some of those neighborhoods and some of those things are still happening, those beautiful traditions of Christmas lights, I've noticed that not as many Christmas lights are up and not as many Christmas things are out. And of course, I know it's all pandemic related, but there is a beautiful story, and I'm a little bit impartial to it and a lot of bias towards it. And you'll hear why in just a minute. But there is a group of people out in Madison, Wisconsin, who despite COVID, despite the restrictions on what they do every year, it's an annual tradition called Christmas at the Park. And people come and they receive free Christmas trees from Chapel Valley Church. But they did not let COVID stop them. And let's take a look at what Chapel Valley did for their community this year. Hey, wasn't that so amazing? And so I couldn't help but share, first of all, not only is that a story of, I didn't want to call them the little church that could, but because they're not by any means a little church, but they're not so huge a church that delivering to 200 people or delivering 200 Christmas trees were an easy thing to do. And yet, They just, for them, it was even hard to even determine which 200 people are we really going to be delivering these trees to, because they said they received a lot of emails from a lot of people who were in that situation, that they needed a Christmas tree. But they were so happy to do it. As you could just see there. Wow, talk about a lawn full of Christmas trees. But I know that the neighbors probably were so encouraged and so strengthened even to see their neighbor doing this on behalf of the community. And so between all the logistics and the timing and the trucks and how many trucks they had to be able to deliver. And I just have to tell you, Chapel Valley Church, hats off to you. I love you personally because you, the senior pastors, Jay and Susie Jenin, are my sister and my brother-in-law. And so there's so many things that this church does without wanting anything in return. Their heart was to bring joy to people, to bring hope to people. And what a beautiful, beautiful example of, even in the midst of adversity, we can do something. What can we do? So that's what I'm going to encourage you this week. What new thing can you do? Even in the midst of adversity, what new thing can you do this week to encourage your neighbors or a community or a group of people maybe that are less fortunate than you? What can you do? What is one thing you can do this week between now and next Monday? So write it down, share it with us. We're going to read it in just a little bit because there is something that every one of us can do. There's something every one of us can do. I can think of, a year that a group of singles and we went to a senior center and we sang Christmas carols to them. And it was just the funnest thing. And the minute we sang Feliz Navidad, this guy got up and they said he was in his 90s. He jumped up, and I really should have brought the video because I have it. He jumped up on his walker and he started doing the salsa, and the hips were going, and it almost made me cry because he was so excited. But there's something that every one of us can do this Christmas season. Maybe it's baking a loaf of your favorite thing. Maybe you make an extra loaf for your neighbor. Or maybe if there's kids that you see, a situation that you see, maybe just, going to a little store, maybe not spending a whole lot, but just wrapping some gifts and saying Merry Christmas. And so there's something that every one of us can do. And right now, don't we need that? Don't we need that love from each other? Don't we need that encouragement from each other, especially when it's from a stranger? Somebody who you don't know and somebody who doesn't know you. So I want to hear those wonderful things that you've done. And then we're going to celebrate with you, because really there is always an opportunity to do something new and to do something kind for somebody else. So do you have hair plans this week? How are you going to get your hair done? How are you going to get your nails did? What are you going to wear? This week is Christmas. Well, don't go away. We'll be right back after this message to find out.
It's a Christmas first as our quarantine lockdown takes us right into Christmas. Don't worry, Fashion Magazine is coming to the rescue with great do-it-yourself beauty and fashion tips to keep you looking your holiday best. And it's all happening here tonight on A New Thing Live.
I'm so excited. I received a book from my dear friend, Cyndi Markova, along with co-writer Sarah Thibodeau. And this book is a already tear-jerking, powerful book. You know what? The holidays are almost here. What a beautiful way to bless somebody. You know what? This season, with all that's going on, I just can think of nothing better than to give, and to give hope, and to give a gift that gives. This book comes with a little magnet, which is so much fun. I love magnets, and my refrigerator can attest to that. But visit Cyndi. Her information's in the caption below. Order this book, send out several of your loved ones, and let's make this holiday season a season of giving.
Hey there. So I see people watching from Clovis. Welcome, Clovis. Oh, we got our girl Christy watching from Ontario Mills Mall. Come on, somebody. So hello, Christy, and then Griselda and Downey working out while listening. Oh, this is awesome. This is exciting. And Carrie, we're so glad that you're watching from Clovis, New Mexico. Lots of love to your family from A New Thing Live. And so, yes, if you have any more Christmas shopping to do and you're wanting to give a beautiful gift, go visit satesy.org. Satesy.org. We had her on our show about 4 or 5 weeks ago. She came out with a new book. She is an author, and a lot of what she writes is very inspirational, but we can provide a list. You can get your friend some lashes from Melody's Lashes. You can go to Forever Truth. We had them on our show. They've got some gorgeous jewelry that can be worn, and the list goes on and on. And so we'll just provide a list of some of those authors and vendors and small businesses that have been on our show so that you can send some love by supporting small businesses. This really is a month to support small businesses. So we want to do a big thing for them by supporting them. So now we're so excited to bring to our set today one of our team from Fashion Magazine. But before we do, I want you to take a look at a quick video of Miss Taylor Pike doing her thing with Miss Amara.
I even challenge you guys, like, kind of, I mean, unless you're watching from your pajamas, which I have so much respect for if you do, like, this whole quarantine thing, I've worked in my pajamas more times than I can tell you, but unless you're, you know, in your pajamas, and even then, that says, like, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and you're enjoying this show, which is fun. I challenge you to kind of, like, look down and go, like, okay, what am I wearing today, and why? Maybe you're going somewhere, or maybe you're like, I just really like this top because it makes me feel good, and I really want to feel good today, and then there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm like, I just need to dress up and put on red lipstick. Like,
yeah, oh, 100%.
Like, I'm gonna go out tonight, I don't care where it is, like, I just need to feel good, so I'm just gonna dress up a little, and I love that, because clothes can really help us, I don't know, make us feel our best, so.
Yeah.
So that is Fashion Magazine's new segment with Taylor Pike. And so, Taylor Pike, are you here? Let's welcome Taylor Pike to the virtual set of A New Thing Live. Hey, Taylor.
So good to be here. Thanks for having me, Cyndi.
So good to have you. You and Amara are so cute on that closet combos. I just love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was a dream segment in our heart like 2 years ago. And we talked about it. And finally this year, we were able to make it work, and you produced it so generously. So thank you for helping, bring our dreams to pass.
Oh my goodness, of course. And you're both very natural at it. And so we're so glad to have you here. Yes, because you need more camera time.
Right? Oh,
yes. Here. I love that. So cute. Griselda saying one perk from working out from home is that she can work out in her with her jeans on.
I don't know that I've ever done that. Like, I'll do it when I'm like out and I'm like, okay, I could do like a few squats or something, but like working out in jeans, like, I don't know. Like, are they stretchy jeans?
Are they like, stretchy
what
jeans?
What type of jeans are you wearing?
We want to know. Hey, they've got those new Spanx jeans out. Have you seen an arm and a leg? But I'm like, those things are comfortable.
Honestly, so if she's working out in those, like, more power to you. I love that, but that might be like a good market, coming up with a good pair of jeans that you can wear during the day into your workout. This is something I'm onto. I shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm onto this. I am onto this. There's increasing sales in workout clothes. So this is something I might actually write down and look into.
Write it down. So we're so glad to have you with us today. Oh yeah, she said always stretchy.
Always stretchy. Okay, then I can see that. I can see that. As long as it doesn't weigh you down.
Yes. So we're so glad that you're with us, and you're so cute because I know that recently you did a do-it-yourself. You were getting ready for a wedding, and this whole season's just been crazy, and we really have had to resort to doing our own nails or creative ways. Some girlfriends were sharing some of the new nail stickers that are out, and just some of the different things that they're like gel, but they're stickers, and they last for 2 weeks or so, because I really feel like that first was it 2 months, 3 months, we were just really like hibernating.
Yeah, absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
were, I mean,
we're
for
like,
me,
what do we do?
yeah, I mean, the hair, I mean, my grays were about down to here before finally all the restrictions were off and we could kind of breathe a little bit again before things got tight again.
Oh yeah, Cyndi, in my work, I was telling people, I was like, hey, you guys, I used to be blonde because I was blonde. And I feel like by the time like everything opened up again, I was like, well, we're just going to go to brunette.
Yeah.
So I told my coworkers, because I'm like, I was blonde. Like, I just I promised, but I would brunette. Yeah.
Well, you do brunette, blonde, you rock it all. I think you could do even redhead, bald head, whatever, girl. I think you could rock it all.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm excited though to have you on here because I know one of the things that you did do that I really enjoyed watching was, some of the ways that you spruced up your own hair. And so with so many people not having access to their hair salons or to their stylists, what better time, especially this week being Christmas, what better time to find a way to do some things yourself in the comfort and in the safety of your own home. So what are you going to show us today?
Absolutely. So I have a few things up my sleeve.
Okay.
So I have just a couple little tips that I'm going to share with you guys as I go along. I'm definitely a teacher, so I love teaching as I go along. I really love beauty. I love fashion, and I just think it's fun. So I've just discovered a few things just doing my own hair, and even other girls. I've been in weddings and just events and growing up in church and doing musicals and just acting and just random stuff where I'm always around beauty and fashion and all that stuff, and especially through fashion mags. So I've just learned a few things along the way that I'll share. But the hairstyles I do want to share, there's 3. So the first one is going to be a French braid that starts right here. It'll mohawk all the way down and around, and it goes into a bun. Now this picture, were you able to get the picture I sent you to put up on the screen, or should I just show it myself?
I didn't see anything. I looked, but if you want to
no worries.
If you want to send it to me right now as we're chit-chatting.
Yeah, we can get it up there.
And we can get it up for sure.
I was blonde and I loved being blonde. It was so fun, but I was just ready for a change this year. So my hairstylist talked me into going completely brunette, and I love it. I feel like it makes me look a little older, and I think it just kind of switched up my hair and just everything. I needed to change. This is more of my natural color. So I am sending over this right now. But this is when I was blonde. And what I love about blonde hair is when you braid it, you really can see it. Now, when I braid my brunette hair, it looks great. I love braids. I think they're just the easiest thing to do. And they look so like fancy. They just look so fancy. Yeah. Everyone's always like, oh, how long do you take doing your hair? I'm like 5 minutes, maybe tops. So
yeah. And they're, and very classy, very fancy indeed.
Yes. And especially right now, if you're going to, celebrate Christmas with your family, or you just want to look at pictures, a braid is a simple, easy go-to that really anyone can do. You can learn how to braid online. I'm not going to teach how to do the braid, but I'll tell you what type of braid it is and then go into it. So as you're getting that on, I'll just kind of explain a little bit. Would that work? Or do you want to show it and then I'll go from there? Yeah. So, so the first thing I'm going to do is a French braid. So French braiding is it really is easy. That's what I love about this. If you know how to do a regular braid, the way I learned how to French braid was on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube. So if you just go to youtube.com and you put on the search bar, just, easy way to learn French braid. That is how I learned. So you can learn anything on YouTube. So what you're going to do is I did nothing with my hair today. I did absolutely nothing. So my hair, I knew I was going to do this segment tonight, and I'm like, I just need it to be, this is my normal hair. I just wanted to kind of go with where everyone was at. So this is my regular hair. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first part. So this is going to be what a lot of hairstylists or hair people, I guess we can call them, because even people that aren't full stylists, you're going to mohawk it. So the mohawk is this first part of your hair right here. So when you get those roots, you go to your hairstylist, she's like, oh, the mohawk, we got to get this part done. So when I was blonde, my hairdresser was like, okay, we'll get the mohawk done, we'll take care of everything else, and we'll give you a tone. So what I do is I take just the first part right here, almost like you're gonna do a poof. You remember in maybe like the early 2000s when the poof was in, I was all about the poof. I loved it. So I'm going to take it and divide it into 3 sections. Then I'm going to French braid it back, just like I'm doing a regular French braid with my hair. I'm going to take this section up. So I did a 3 fold over. So again, you're just regular French braiding. If you don't know how to French braid, just YouTube it, learn how to do it. So I'm just French braiding my mohawk.
Okay. That was that was the braid that I did the most when I was in high school, was the French.
Really?
Yes.
It's so easy. Now, I normally would put a little more time into making sure this is perfect, but just for the sake of the segment, I'm going to go a little faster. So you can see I'm probably a little below the mohawk now, because the mohawk's probably like right about here, but I'm still braiding.
Okay.
I know I'm going to keep going here. I'll make it a little quicker, but even this is a really fun little hairdo.
Yeah. With a cute little barrette or little clip or something like that. Or you can even make it a little festive because of the holidays.
Yes. Oh, okay. And right now, the clips, just the regular clips you put in your hair when you're like 10, those are in right now. The beaded ones, they kind of look like a little pearl. Those are really in, and I love that. I thought they were just really cute. I see them all the time at Target in different places, but
yes,
anyway,
they've got some cute ones.
I'm just doing a regular braid now. As I'm going along here, just a little tip I've learned: if you like to work out and you don't like your hair to be in your face, braid it. It is simple, it is easy, and if you have somewhere to go afterwards, you're dripping sweat and your hair's fine because it's back here. It's gonna hold the sweat in. I know it sounds gross, but it'll hold everything in, and you can run and your hair's not gonna be right in your face. So as you can see, just turn a little bit. It's just really cute, and you can even what I love about this is you can even stop right here, put it all in a ponytail. I mean, is that not adorable?
Yes.
So cute, so fun, so simple, and it's just
adorable.
It's a perfect hairdo for really like anything, anywhere you want to go. It looks fancy, but it's really not. I remember doing this in college when I didn't have a lot of time because I had so much homework, and people were like, "I love your hair," and then when you take it down, it's wavy. So you get an automatic wave if you keep it damp. Don't do it when it's really wet, and don't do it when it's dry. But if you dampen it, just put a little bit of water in it, and you take it down at the end of the day, it's going to be wavy and beautiful. So I
love that. That kind of like that sea ocean.
Yes, the beachy wave.
The beachy
it's
wave,
beautiful, and it's simple. It's really, I think it's elegant. I think it's beautiful. So I just finished my braid right here. Again, this isn't perfect. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a little clear. I love these. They're so inexpensive. I think they're like $1 or $2 at like Target, but they're just a little clear bands.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it and put it here. You can use anything, but I like using these just because you can't see them.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tie it.
Now I have a question really quick. Were you guys able to hear the audio of the video that we shared with the news story, or were you only able to see it?
I couldn't hear it, but I thought it was because I was backstage.
Okay, because someone else said they couldn't hear it either, so we may have to show it again. I couldn't hear it either. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't hear it, but I thought it was because I was on this. Okay, so I have this done. I'm just going to turn around just to show you guys.
So pretty.
This is perfect. Again, perfect. If you have time at home and you're working out, this is perfect. Or even if you just want to go to the store, it's just fun. Now, something you could do for this style is kind of take it a little more to the side. I did a little more back, but what I'm going to do now, so again, just simple French braid. Now, the easiest thing you can do is take this and you're going to wrap it just simply like picture Princess Leia. You're going to wrap this around right here. And you're going to take some bobby pins. I have a lot of bobby pins. And I'm going to take it, and all I'm going to do...
Probably a good idea to get it the same color of your hair is a good idea.
Okay. So I was going to say that I was blonde not too long ago, and I just realized the other day when I went to go do a hairstyle that I have 1 or 2, and I used them for church the other day. I had 2 that were my color, and I was like, are you joking? So yes, definitely get bobby pins for color. I had a bunch of them. And then I had them for like 4 years, and now I'm like, oh, dang it. So I'm taking this. I am just putting it in at random. It doesn't, as long as it gets in there and it's your color. So yes, I was hoping no one would see that, but I was like, I should probably say something anyways. But
it's a good tip. It's all good.
It's a good tip. Yeah, you want it to match. So I just pushed it in. Now here, I'll just kind of show you here. You just push it in from the top, bottom side. What's the best little tip for this is when you feel like it's secure, it's secure. That's just, you'll feel it, you feel like it's loose and you're going to like walk and it's not going to be. So I'm probably going to put one more after this.
Okay.
And then you have the cutest, which
again, that's so cute.
Into this cutest little side bun. I wish did you get the picture, Cyndi? Because I think it'd be a little easier if we got a side angle. But
let's get that picture up.
Can we put up the picture?
Sure. Let's put the picture up, and then the picture that we're going to show right now. Wow. Yeah, that's gorgeous. So is that exactly what you did right now?
That is
so
the
pretty.
Only difference is, and this one, the one on the that's showing right now, the picture, I did braid it a little more to the right. This one I went back. So with your when you're mohawking it, you mohawk it, and you're going to want to take it a little more to your right or to your left, whichever side you want the bun. Or you can do what I did today, and you could braid it all the way down and just bring it around. So it's kind of your preference, whatever you feel like you want. If you want a little more to the back side right here, so it's out of the way, then that's what I did today. But in the picture, it's the exact same thing. You just, when you're braiding it, instead of going down, you just braid it a little more to the side so that you have like a side braid. So that's the only difference there. Great. This is fun. And again, if I would have really just done real quick, which I do before I work out or after I work out, I'm like, time to go. I just do this. And it takes me probably 2 minutes. Really easy. Wow. Do the braid. And then when you're done working out, you just put it into, just wrap it around, do the Princess Leia bun. You take a few bobby pins and you just put it in there. And then voila, you have a little side bun. And I had so many people compliment me. This was it when I was working, I think it was last year, and people were like, your hair looks so good. I'm like, thanks. I actually think I ran out of, this is how I find out cute, easy hairstyles. Trial and error. I run out of time, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So that is how, it just kind of something that happens. Accidental surprises. It's great. So that's just a little tip. I love it because it pulls everything back. You're going to want to use a little bit of hairspray, just kind of get the little frizzies down. But look how pretty, simple, elegant. This is great for a wedding. If you have time to tease it, I would recommend that, but we're not going to go into that today. But that's the first one.
I love that. Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Course. Are we ready for number 2?
We're ready for number 2.
Okay, number 2. Let me just pull out my blonde bobby pins that don't match, but hopefully no one can see.
Okay, so how are things going right now? Because you're a teacher.
I am.
And so now school is out, and your school actually has been meeting in person.
So I graduated.
No, as a teacher.
Oh, as a teacher, I actually worked at a school last year also. So see, look how cute that is. I love it. I could just pin it right here.
Oh, yes.
Perfect. Simple, easy, half. You could do anything with a French braid. But I was working at a school last year. I took a step down, and I was hired at a church. So I teach at a church now.
Yes.
So I love it. I was teaching discipleship. I was teaching the kids God's word, and it was a dream come true. The kids are amazing. I am passionate about discipleship. I actually got to help write the program. I wrote the curriculum and got to teach each week, and it was just so fun. I got to find creative ways to engage kids in God's word. And
you're the perfect person for that, Taylor.
Oh, thank you. I love kids, and it just I tell people all the time, I forget to get paid for my job. Like, it's nice to get paid for my job, but it's something I get to do every day, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is my work. Like it's not work to me, so I'm very thankful.
That is so awesome.
But with the packed schedule, as I always seem to have, I find creative ways to do my hair. So I'm thankful this is my natural hair. So even if I don't do anything, it doesn't look bad. Some girls are like, my hair turns out terrible. I'm like, I'm so sorry. My hair it naturally is straight. I'm thankful, but when I go to curl it, I've had to find some different ways to really make it stay because my hair is so straight. So the next tip I'll share with you. Did you get the second picture? If not, I can send it to you.
Just text me. Yeah, I looked on the email. I didn't see anything. So I should have just said, I'm not seeing anything in here from you. Did you send it?
No worries at all. I will send that over to you right now. This one is going to be very similar.
Okay.
To the other one. I will send this over. And that we are going to, actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little different. This one is going to be a little different. I'm going to actually turn on my curling iron for my next one.
Oh, we're getting the heat on.
We're gonna get the heat on. The heat's gonna be great. So I really do like heatless. Turning up the heat.
Yes.
Okay, so I am sending this over right now. This one is really fun, and I accidentally discovered it last week. I've done this one before, and I always forget about it. It's really fun. What has been in these past couple years, which I have to tell you the truth, Cyndi, I could not stand this hairstyle when it first came out because girls were doing it, and I was like, "What is on your head? Like, I was like, what, why are you wearing that? That just looks weird. And then it kind of, you know, hairstyles kind of just grow on you.
Yes.
I was just not into it at first. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. What I love about trends and style is you can find something that's really trendy and you can make it your own. You don't have to look like everyone else. You can say, okay, I really like that this is in, but I want to make it work for me. So that's what I did with this hairstyle. I saw that everyone was wearing those. Do you remember when the man buns were in? That's what it reminded me of. I saw these girls with half their hair up and in a bun, and I was just like, I can't do the man bun. Like, guys that have it, I just was like, it reminds me of a man bun. So I decided to make it my own. And this is what I did. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Should we get the picture up first, or do you want me to show you first?
We're still uploading it. So
perfect. Well, I'll just go ahead and get started. So
get that. Yeah.
What you're going to want to do is just have your hair down, normal, natural. Okay. I was getting ready for work one day and I was like, I wanted to curl my hair, but I was like, I don't know how much time I have to curl all of it. And you know, when you curl your hair, if you have straight hair like me, it just takes some time. If you miss one piece, it sticks straight and it shows and it just doesn't look good. So
we're going to put it on right now.
Oh, great. Great. Yeah. And I'll give you guys a little peek into what I'm about to do, which really helps. You can kind of see. There we go. Okay.
Oh, cute.
Now this is really fun. Okay, believe it or not, I went on a jog after this, and I have the picture somewhere, but the lighting wasn't good. I came back and my hair looked almost exactly the same, Cyndi.
What?
I went on a 20-minute run. I could not believe it because I've done up and down hairstyles. I do yoga. I really like stretching. I really like certain exercises where I'm like, okay, how do I, when you do Orange Theory Fitness, you need your hair up and back. But when you're just going for a 20-minute jog and you're just going like a mile or two, it's not as bad. And you're able to have your hair half down if you don't have a ton of it. So I did not have time to throw my hair up, and I think I just kind of forgot to. So I left work, and as you can tell, I'm in my little sweat jacket right there.
Yeah.
And I went for a jog, and then I came back and was like, why does my hair still look good? So that's why I'm sharing that today, because your hair's going to look good no matter what. This is so easy. What you're going to do, so you just have your hair down straight, even if it's curled I think I had a little bit of curl to it and then just fix the bottom curls because I did have time to do that.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to take half your hair. So this is your mohawk section. You're going to go a little more right here. Take your hair up. I like to make sure it's a little even on the side.
Okay.
So see how... And what you can do too, if you wanted to, is use some sort of like a comb with a pointed end to just make sure it's the same. But you really don't have to. If you can get a good, an even amount, so you can see here,
yeah,
here and here, it's pretty even. Now all I'm going to do, I take it up.
Or like for me, sometimes I use my pick.
Yes, you can use a pick. Anything that has something pointy, that will just kind of make sure that it's even or even-ish. Sometimes it looks prettier when it's, not as pointed, but whatever your style, whatever your preference is. Mm-hmm. So I have my hair up here, and then I'm just going to, all I'm going to do is twist it like this. Okay. Around, and I'm going to make, which you could tell, my hair is so straight, usually works better with a little bit of a curl, but sometimes it looks cute when it's just like this. And I'm going to take it around. I'm just twisting it. Same thing. Around. Around. I love it. It's literally the simplest thing. And I have just a little piece left. And I'm going to make sure I get that little piece first. And I'm going to take my bobby pins. Again, the blonde, but And I'm going to shove it in there and just make sure it sticks in there. It goes almost all the way through. So this is when you're going to want to make sure it matches your hair. Because it will stick out a little bit on the back. Mm-hmm. I take, because it's only about half of your hair, so it's not going to be that heavy unless you have very, very thick hair. And even when you do, you can find ways to make this work. I also recommend instead of, that's one bobby pin, and it's like, I can go like this. It's fine. It's not even moving.
Wow.
So I did about 4 bobby pins. This is the easiest thing. If you want to go for a jog or you just want to look good, again, I do recommend you have your hair curled or waved or something. Just add a little volume down here. But even this is just super cute.
That's adorable.
Super trendy, super fun. Yeah. That's one bobby pin. I put in, I think I put in 4 or 5 because I knew I was going to exercise that day. And what you can do too is pull this part back and just kind of put it into a ponytail. And I still think that's kind of fun. Maybe not my number one pick, but it's still something. It's really, this was really trendy for a while. You can also, instead of twirling it, you can braid it so you pull it up and you just braid it, and then you can wrap it around too. So it's a half up braided bun. That's really fun too. You can do any type of braid you want. So this is number 2. So if you want to show the picture one more time, just to kind of see what curls are. So this is straight, super fun. If you don't have time and you're like, I just need something. Everyone always tells me. And then I love these curls were left over from the night before I went out somewhere. And the next day I was like, oh my gosh, like I get up in the morning. I'm like, what do I have to work with today? And that is what I had. So I did have some time to just fix a few curls and just make sure, as you can tell on the left side, it was a little more waved on that side than the other side, but it was perfect. It was easy. I don't have the picture of after I jogged, but I remember looking in the mirror going, how did that happen? Why did my hair stay so well?
Why does my hair look so good still?
Yes. Okay. You know, it's going to be a good day when your hair is like still looking good after workout.
Yes.
So
I love it.
Simple, easy, fun. It's really good for any length if you have short hair too, because as long as your hair is probably about this long or so, as long as you can get half it up, it's really easy. I did this in less than a minute, 30 seconds. And if I were to put more bobby pins in, it would not take me near as long. And I would definitely straighten it or give it a little curl. But that is it for number 2. And
I love it.
Number 3. Okay. And also, just another little tip I wanted to share with you guys. I swear by this trick. It helps me with my really straight hair. I always use a heat protectant. That's always good for your hair. You're going to want to find one that doesn't have a lot of alcohol in it, and one that's like a Paul Mitchell, or I recommend it's a 10, or I actually found one on Amazon that's more natural. I'm really into natural beauty, but it still protects my hair. So you're going to want to use a heat protectant just to make sure that you're protecting your locks. And then second of all, you're going to want to grab some hairspray and spray everywhere. I mean, I'm telling you, wherever you're going to curl, wherever you're going to do anything, you just spray it. You let it set for a few seconds or maybe up to a minute or so. And then you go to town and you start curling your hair. And then afterwards, you just let, you see, so say I sprayed my hair, I'm taking my curling iron and I'm curling my hair, and then I'm not going to actually do it, but I take it out, I let it cool for a second or two, and then I take some more hairspray and I go to town again. And I guarantee you that's going to get you, if you're a person like me and you only wash your hair like twice a week, I'll shower, but I won't always wash my hair just because I don't want to go through the hassle of having to do it again. This will stay for a couple days. You might have a few that you need to like kind of fix in the morning, but always use a heat protectant first, wait, and then I always spray just some hairspray everywhere, and then I curl, and it will stay forever. Like people are like, love your hair. I'm like, thanks, I curled it yesterday. Like, so that always helps. Good.
And you know what, too, Taylor, we're in the middle of we're still in the middle of pandemic. Some people, I know you're going to work, but like I'm still working from home. So to me, it's like I've really given this an opportunity to kind of ease up on some of what I used to do to my hair, like all of the
that's
products
so good.
and all. Yeah, I've just like let it do its thing, and putting extra conditioner and letting it dry in a certain way, and not always having to do the blowout every time. And even with like getting my hair dyed, it's not all the time now because it's like we're in the middle of a pandemic, and so even for the holidays like Thanksgiving and maybe even a little bit of October, I mean, I had a little gray strip in all of my pictures because I just was like, I'm with family and I'm just letting my hair kind of reset, and just some of these other things that we're just so used to. Now, I say that also with my shoes. It was so easy in the beginning. I was just doing like my Birkenstocks and, my Puma flip-flops. And then I thought, you should be wearing heels around the house every now and then too, because what you don't want are your feet to go from here to here and from here to here.
No, it's so true.
So I actually do sometimes wear heels and my booties around the house, and and just to keep my feet remembering this is the size that you wear. I already have a big foot anyway, so I'm only 5'3", and people, your girl is a size 10. 5'3", a size 10 does not equal, should not be.
But you probably get the clearance shoes, because I always find
I do.
See, so okay, try being a 7.5.
Like that's always the ones that are gone every time, like Zara or Nordstrom Rack. Those are all gone, and what's left is the 10s, the 11s, and the 12s.
See, Cindy, you have nothing to complain about. You probably get like the best deals. And I'm over here, like, as soon as something goes on sale, I'm like, I have to buy it right away. Otherwise, it's going to be gone. The 7.5s,
yeah.
7, even sometimes when I do an 8, it just depends on the brand. They're gone. And I'm like, well,
always the silver lining. And for me, you're right. Because I've even said, wow, I can't believe this shoe was still available. And it's because I got a big old foot.
Yep. Yeah. See, it works. It works.
Cyndi Galley got a big old foot. Oh, yeah. Big old foot. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Love
All
it.
right. Back to the hair. Back to your segment. Your do-it-yourself. Loving this, by the way.
Okay. So I also, you know, Cindy, what you just said about, you know, a lot of us are at home right now. And it is good to have a break from doing something, but you know, there's only so much you can do with just leaving your hair down. So braids are a great alternative to a heatless hairstyle, especially if you do want to wave and you want something like that. And even putting it on, this took me how many seconds? And I'm like, wow, that actually turned out better than when I really try. I think that's what I run into all the time. I'm like, oh, I accidentally discovered, oh, but I like that because, you know, you never know what can come out of, sometimes even being rushed in the morning. So I love that you brought up the heatless styles because that is such a thing, especially if you have damaged hair and you're like, I need a break from the curling iron. I need a break from the blow dryer. Braids, you don't need a blow dryer unless your hair is like super, super thick and maybe frizzy, or you really need, you know, need to like kind of blow dry it. You really don't have to. So those are two easy ones. But I do want to go into one more that is perfect for, I think it's perfect for year round. I travel with this thing. I swear by this tool. This is called now if you, Cyndi, I know you've studied fashion and beauty and you like
but I don't know everything. A lot of times I learn things from all of you girls because you keep me in the know.
Always. But you know, as my mom knows, and so many even of my friends know, that back in, I think it was in the 80s, they had crimpers. Do you remember crimpers? No, I do not have a crimper with me. Crimpers were definitely a thing in the 80s. From what I hear, from what I've researched, like if you had a crimper, like the cool thing, you wanted the big volume. Now, what I'm going to show you is called a waver. A lot of people are not familiar with this tool. I don't know why, because sometimes I like more than a curling iron. I use this thing all the time, and this is Hot Tools. I bought it at, I think it was Target or Amazon for probably around $30. They still have it. Hot Tools brand. You can get it anywhere. It is probably one of my absolute favorite hair tools. It's so easy to use. You can kind of just go like this, and then you wrap the cord around it. You can pack it in your bag. It's so easy. And this lasts, I'm telling you, Cyndi, this will last me for days. If I didn't know, I'm big on showering and hygiene. If I wanted it to stay for 4 days, I swear it would. Like 100%. This is an incredible tool. Like it just will stay for days. So when I know I'm traveling, actually a lot of times you'll see in my pictures when I travel, I have some sort of curled or waved hair, because I swear by it. I'll do my hair the night before with my little hairspray trick, or I'll wave my hair. Like when I went to Cabo, I think it was when I went to Cabo, I traveled somewhere. I did this intentionally the night before because I knew the next morning I wouldn't have time. So night before hairstyles, I've made it a thing. I don't know if it is. I work at a church. I have to be at church early. 90% of the time I've worked on my hair the night before. I found little tips to help me, and this has been one. So this is what I wanted to show everyone. This is called a waver. Again, you can get it any brand. I highly recommend this Hot Tools one. I bought it years ago, and I don't even know how old it is. It's just been here forever. So I do have it on, and it is hot. So again, be sure to use a heat protectant. And this one gets really, really hot. It goes up to, it has a little temperature gauge. I'll show you guys, 400 and I think it's 30 degrees. So you don't have to put it super hot, but if you have, like, I know, Cyndi, you have thick hair. It's not super thick hair, but I can turn it up pretty hot and it's fine. So what I do is I take this, and you can, in fact, I'm just going to keep it up here. I actually was planning on doing this for work tomorrow, so I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. So I'm just going to take a section of hair, whatever feels comfortable, like however much you'd curl, maybe a little more. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just put it in here, not too close, and I just hold it down here. Hold it for maybe 10 seconds or so, 7, 8, and you can feel it. And then I take it down, and then I clamp it again. Hold it for a few. You can kind of see a little bit of the steam. I definitely did a deep conditioner a couple days ago, so it's getting all the moisture out.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love seeing that happen. Like when you have like product in your hair or something like that, and then then you put that, either the flat iron or and then just seeing that.
Yes. See that moisture?
Something's
Doesn't it feel good?
happening.
It makes you feel kind of fresh, like, ooh, something's happening. Yeah, like something's happening.
Yes.
So this is what happens, and I'll show you when it all finishes. It almost looks like a little curl, and you really can have fun with this, and you can get it as close together as you want. I did it a little farther, which I normally would do it closer. And you can also flip it to make it a little more of a wave. This is a little more of a crimp, though it is a wave.
That's
I'll
pretty.
show you on the other side. And when you do it all, it just looks so fun because it just looks wavy. It looks like people ask me, they're like, oh, did you just take your hair out of a braid? I'm like, no, I actually did this because it does the longevity of the hairstyle so much longer than, it'll stay so much longer than just a braid because that tends to fall out easily. So if I flip it like this, which I like to do, and I'll do this one a little closer just to show the difference. So I just clamp it here. Wait for a few seconds. This will take a little longer depending on how much hair you put in.
Okay.
But I mean, if I put in a good 20 minutes, which really isn't that a lot, I have to tell myself that because I always get ready so fast in the morning. It really will last you forever. So there's that.
Good.
Isn't that fun? Like, look at that. That was just like a few seconds. And it leaves a good wave, so I'm feeling like I'm like in the 90s or something with the straight and the waves. But this, if you do your entire head, it would take not forever. It would take me a little bit of time. I'll probably just do one more just to show you again.
Okay.
This is the easiest hairstyle. You can even leave it with the bun up. You can do it will be a little bigger. If you're looking for volume, I would highly recommend this. If you're going to even like a wedding, like a beach wedding, or anything like that, I highly recommend this because people are always asking me, how'd you do your hair? Did you put it in braids? I'm like, no, I got a waver. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Like,
yes.
I just think it's so fun. It's cute. It's kind of flirty. It's just kind of like, this, you can wear it to the beach. It also looks like you just really put a lot of time into your hair. And as you saw, I really did not put that much time into my hair. It was clasp, wait, clasp, wait, clasp, wait, clasp, wait. And if your hair is longer, you can do it. And actually, this will stay. I'm telling you, Cyndi, I'll just send you a picture tomorrow and be like, ta-da, I slept on it.
Yes.
And this will be ready for work tomorrow. I might, if I kind of sleep like this, I might just fix a few. But this, afterwards, you can just kind of give it a little spray.
So good. That is
so
so
easy,
cute.
so fun. If I were to do it on my hair, it would look really good.
Very playful, but it's so pretty. Yeah,
yes.
It's perfect. It's a perfect hairstyle especially for the holidays.
Yes.
Because it is intentional. Like obviously your hair was done, but then it's not something you had to go to the salon. You didn't have to go to your hairdresser. I think one of the things we will do is maybe tomorrow's post, we'll even have some of the products that you talked about.
Absolutely.
And where they can get it from. I think that would be really good.
100%. Yes.
So,
yes.
And that's
those tools, everything.
Yeah. Very good. Oh my goodness, Taylor, it's been so wonderful having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're a joy. You're a delight. And this actually went so much longer. It's one of those things where I think the longest our show ever was maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You just get talking. You don't realize.
Yeah, there really is no end. You're not locked in from 7 to 8 or anything like that. And we do still try to keep it on there, but we had one that was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and then I think another show was 2 hours and 5 minutes long.
Oh my gosh. It happens. You get a conversation and you're like, what time is it? Huh?
Yes, it happens. Well, you've been such a treat and a joy. I always feel like you are a huge breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Is there anything that you want to share? I know you had talked about some things that were in your heart that you wanted to share before we actually connected and went live. Now's the time to do it, girl. Now's the time.
Absolutely. But first, before the last thing, my last little plug, I am really big on clean beauty, and I actually did find a hairspray. I'll share this with Cyndi so she can post it. It's a clean beauty collection, and it's a finishing spray, so just regular hairspray. It smells incredible. It's cruelty-free, paraben-free, color-safe, sulfate-free, and gluten-free. So it's much natural, very natural ingredients. I'm really big on having just things that I know aren't going to hurt my lungs around my face. So I've been really getting into clean beauty lately. This has ingredients such as coconut oil, seed oil, nettle extract, sunflower seed oil, algae extract, avocado oil, watermelon seed oil. It is like most of the ingredients are completely pure and natural. It wasn't that expensive compared to other brands, and it smells like perfume. Cyndi, this stuff smells so good. I spray it and I'm like, oh, what did I wear today? And then I'm like, oh wait, that's my hairspray, because it's natural. It's just very light. So sometimes, have you ever, I know I'm not the only person who will wear hairspray and go, ooh, what perfume am I wearing? Like sometimes I would buy hairspray because it smelled good, you know?
Yes, I've
So,
done that with conditioners, and
yep.
also even this the last time I went to my hairdresser, she put something in. I go, what is that? It smells so good. And it was just that leave-in 10.
Oh my gosh, yes, that stuff smells so good.
I was
so
like,
good.
oh, that smells so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So just little plug for them. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's ALURAM, but I'll give you all the information. I got it off Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping. It was great. So just a little plug for that. But there was a quote I wanted to share. I was talking with one of my coworkers today who posts on our social media site for our youth, and she said, hey, do you have any good quotes? And I'm a quote person. Like, I love anything that can bring encouragement and life to people. I'm all about it. So whenever I hear something that makes me kind of go, oh man, like that's really good, I write it down or I put it in my phone, because one day I might be able to encourage someone else and say, hey, so-and-so said this, and they tried this. Like Walt Disney's one of my favorites, because obviously he has a little bit of success. He did pretty well. So he's one of my favorites. But this one actually is from Corrie ten Boom. I was really inspired earlier, just with where I am in my walk with God. I really love Jesus. I'm working at a church, and this quote really spoke to me. Corrie ten Boom said, when I try, I fail. When I trust, he succeeds. And that really just reminded me of how easy it is to try to do things on our own. And I love doing stuff. I'm very much like, I like to get things done. Like I think, when I have a dream, I just want to go after it. And while I love that about me, I feel like today the Lord was just reminding me, like, as much as you try, you need to trust. We can trust in the Lord with all of our heart, the book of Proverbs says, and lean not on our own understanding. And that's that verse I love. It's actually my life verse, because it shows that God provides something even bigger than our own understanding, and that's his own understanding and things. And when we acknowledge him and say, hey, God, I want to do this, or I feel like I'm supposed to do this, the Bible promises he's going to direct our paths and make them sure. And I don't know about you, but I want my paths to be directed by the creator of the universe every day. There's no one who knows me better. There's no one who knows the people around me better, what I need to be doing, what I was even created for, than God himself. So I was so encouraged by that. When I try to get things done, I feel like I fail. It's just the little things and when I say I try, I mean in my own strength, trying to do things my own way. Right. When I trust God and then do things his way, he succeeds and I succeed, really. So I was just really encouraged by that quote, and I hope whoever's watching is too, because I'm always learning about what it looks like to trust God in my everyday life. So that really spoke to me today.
So good, Taylor. Thank you so much for sharing. And really, I mean, that's something that should be just speaking to us, daily, all the time. I think if we were to just continue to, in all of our ways, in everything that we do, acknowledge him. And then the Bible's so clear in Proverbs, he will direct your path. He'll direct it. Yeah. So I love that. Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you so much. It's been such a joy having you. And what are you doing for Christmas this week? What's going on?
For Christmas, I have some family members who are sick, so we're switching it up. We normally go over to my grandparents on Christmas Eve, but things have just been kind of tossed in the air. So we actually I was just talking to my mom a few minutes ago about what we're doing, and we're just going to stay home this year from what I hear. And my mom ordered some fun games that we like. There's this game called Left, Right, Center, I think it is. It's just a really, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. And she said, hey, I want, every person to come up with something, and then we're all just going to kind of compile it and say, okay, what are we doing this year? So we are going to be staying home, as I'm sure 99% of Americans are. We're just going to be spending time with our family. We usually watch some sort of Christmas movie on Christmas Eve. And of course, we'll wake up and do gifts. My grandma will make her homemade Danish, which I love. It's the best Danish in the entire world, I'm convinced. And that's something that's special. Like, we only get on Christmas, and if we request it on our birthday. So I've been looking forward to this since last Christmas. So we'll have that, and we'll have that, and then we'll open gifts, have Danish. And then my mom usually makes some bacon to get some protein, so we don't completely have a sugar crash. And then I usually end up, or my parents usually too, end up taking some sort of Christmas afternoon nap. Because we're exhausted from getting up early and just being there and being with everyone. And then we're like, oh, we're so tired. And then we just hang around. So this year does look a little different for our family. However, I'm so thankful that everyone in my family is okay. We have a couple family members that are sick, but thank the Lord, they're going to make it through it. And we'll just kind of reschedule our normal festivities for probably after the holidays. So it's a little different, but we're still, when life gives you lemons, you just make lemonade. You know, it's just, you can spend energy getting upset. You can, and it happens. You can spend your energy doing all these things. I'd rather just live my life to the best and say, okay, we have this situation. Let's just make the most of it. At least we're together. Look on the positive side.
That's so good. Well, you are the queen of that. You already know that I tell you that so frequently. I'm like, Taylor, I love having you around because we'll just take whatever situation comes our way. And you're like, hey, but that's okay because we're going to do this. I'm like, that's right. We are going to do that.
You just got to keep going. Life's too short.
Life is too short. Well, thank you so much for just being here, for sharing your do-it-yourself hairstyles and tips, and oh my goodness, so much fun.
Absolutely. I hope you were able to glean some things, and our online viewers too. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And then we can also find you. So I know you have your own Instagram. Would you want people to look through on Instagram, or would you prefer people to just find you on Closet Combos on YouTube? What are you wanting?
Either way, come visit my Instagram, follow me. I don't post as much on my page, surprisingly, as I do my story. I love life. I love the life God has given me, and I share it with everyone. I think it's fun. I love what I do. I have awesome friends. I love fashion. I'm posting stuff on my story, not 24/7, but all the time. Random fun stuff I do with friends, you know, living in Southern California. We have so much around us. So follow me on Instagram. You can see my story and kind of see my life, but also I have a link on there for Closet Combos. You guys definitely want to check out Closet Combos. Amara, my co-host, and I definitely just dive into anything that has to do with the closet. We've talked about home organization. We've talked about the latest trends that's going on in fashion. We've talked about even the political climate and how that affects fashion and the quarantine fashions and what to order on Amazon, what not to order on Amazon. So you guys definitely want to check that out. So just go to my Instagram. I am at Taylor C is in Christine, which is my middle name, Pike, Pike. You can find me on there. And I think Cyndi also posted on a new thing live. She tagged me. So you can find me through there. You definitely check out my story. And then I have the link to Closet Combos on there. So definitely check that out.
Very cool. And then we will also post it here on our even in our comments as well. I know, I'm going to grab your Instagram right now, and then I'm going to throw it on there as well. Well, again, thank you so much. So here is Taylor's info.
I love how you can get it so quickly. Like, here you go. So done.
There it is on YouTube. I'm not sure if it jumped on Facebook, but anyway, but we will throw it on Facebook as well. We'll get your information on there as well. And then, of course, follow Fashioned Magazine on Facebook, Fashioned Magazine, and then on Instagram it's Fashioned Mag, at Fashioned Mag. I'll grab that as well, and that is where you can find Closet Combos.
Yes.
So a lot of fun, but I know we're gonna want to have you back, and probably for some other things as well. Let me see. Closet Convos is here. Okay, there we go. Done and done.
Great.
All right, Taylor. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and a healthy, a recovery to those family members that are sick. But I know they are doing well. They will pull through. And thank you for sharing your time and your tips and your beauty style. Marvelous. Not even, I guess it would be tools, is more like those hair tools are so important. And just with those, like a little trick of a little, pomade or a little bit of a gloss. I mean, you can do wonders with your hair. Even those little tiny, I don't use them, but those little clear rubber bands and bobby pins. There's all these little tools that really can do wonders with your hairstyles. And so you are the epitome of beautiful hair. Even as a brunette, I'm telling you, I know blondes have more fun, but I choose to disagree.
Right now, I'd have to agree. You said so true.
Because I have had a fun life, and I have never been blonde.
Yep.
And I have a lot of fun.
That's so true, Cyndi. So true.
Yes. So, all right. Well, much love to you. Say hello to your family. Merry Christmas.
Will do.
Thank you so much, everyone. Would you just give a warm, heartfelt adios to Taylor Pike, the host of Closet Combos, and thank you so much for sharing your hairstyles with us today, Taylor. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, she is such a joy, so much fun. So yes, You will find her on Fashion Magazine at Fashioned Mag on Instagram. And then you can also, in the comments of YouTube, we did post her actual Instagram, her personal Instagram as well. And so, which would just be Taylor C. Pike. So Taylor, again, thank you so much for having you with us. We're coming to an end, but we also promised you some fashion tips as well. So don't go away. We have one more fun message about a Christmas candle lighting service coming up, and then I'll be right back. So don't go away. So such a beautiful trailer, and I'm excited to say that it is now available. The Christmas candle lighting production, it's just a free video, and it's a beautiful time. They're encouraging you to spend time with your family to just read through the story of Christmas. And so you can find it at gototherock.com. And I believe it's /Christmas, but even if you just go to gototherock.com and then you click on the true story of Christmas, then you will be led right to all of the things that you need, including candles, where to order candles. And you got to get on it because candles are going out. Amazon is selling out of these candles, but a lot of people are hosting some CDC events where they're showing it even on projector screens and having everybody be about 6 feet away from each other. And so just a beautiful production. So if you have no plans, if you've never even read through the story of Christmas, then I invite you to go ahead and do that. Visit again, gototherock.com, and then just click on the true story of Christmas, and it'll get you right to that video. So I'm wanting you, we showed a little video, and I don't think you can hear the audio, but and we're going to end with that. But before we do, the final do-it-yourself, and it was so much fun for me. So I don't know how many of you are celebrating the ringing in of the new year, 2021. Are you with people? Are you without people? Are you with people that have gotten tested, and they come back negative? Or are you hanging out by yourself? Or are you one of those ones that you're thinking, I'll be okay if I wear a mask? Regardless of what category you fall in, we need to celebrate. We must celebrate the ending of 2020 because we made it through. Now we know that things are still going into 2021. It's not like, that was last year and now this is yes, it is a new year, but there are still some things that are carrying over into this new year. However, I went shopping for some fun things. I went to my favorite store, really is the 99-cent store. For those of you that have them in your area, it's just a great place to purchase some of these wonderful things that we don't always get to purchase. But anyway, during Christmas, let's see if you can see my Happy New Year, my 2021. So excited. Wait, is that crooked or is it supposed to be like that one? So it's my 2021. Here are my little party horns. Here are my napkins. They even have fun little backdrops. So I wasn't sure, do we go black and silver? Do we go all gold? Do we go only silver? I mean, you have your choice. Here's the thing. All of these were available at the 99-cent only store. Again, it's not just your typical, and I'm putting in the shameless plug for the 99-cent only store. You can probably sometimes you can find a couple of them in one city, especially in the California area. I know I have seen them, I feel like in Arizona. I don't know how far up they go. And then here's another fun, the 2021. So whatever you decide to do it yourself. You can throw your own party and you can make it wonderful. So next week, we'll give you a few more tips of some wonderful ways you can ring in the new year by yourself. I'm single, and hey, even if I'm by myself, I will have a good time. I put on some fun movies. I put on some fun music. I have a time of prayer, have a time of praise, thanking the Lord for what he's brought me out of and just what he has in store for me. It's a wonderful time. And we always think, and we always believe and feel that here with a New Thing Live, there's always that opportunity for something new. Well, truly, a new year is one of the ways to do it. But one of the things we have to be really careful about is not thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, all these new things, I'm going to do all these new things, because that's so much pressure. And really, to everything, there is a season. So what is the new thing for you to do in this new season of new in 2021? Maybe there's just 3 things, and they don't have to be these things that are over the top. Well, I'm going to drop this many, or I'm going to do just maybe 3 things, maybe something that's a simple goal, like a now, something that's a little bit a midway, and then maybe something that's a little bit more long-term. Maybe you're going to get better at budgeting. And so maybe you read a book, maybe you look at our dear friends from the Abundant Life, Todd Worldwide Ministries. They were on here maybe a month ago, and they've got some great, and their story was rags to riches, and from marriage to divorce, and then back to married again. And boy, their business and their ministry is just so blessed. And so learning from people who have gone through it, who have walked through it, and then reaching out, because people are willing to help, even share their own experiences, not necessarily saying that, oh, I'm an author on this and I'm a PhD in that, but sometimes just people that have done it. There are a lot of people in my life that have just done it. And so, what are those 3 things? So I'm going to encourage you with that. And then Griselda says she is starting college again. Way to go, Griselda. Congratulations. Yes, there's always something new that you can do. So I'm excited about 2021. Forgive me for adjusting myself here. I look a little crooked, and then this dress is going a little bit like, I'm not liking where it's going. It's like, why is it doing that? It wasn't doing that before. Anywho, but we still have to get through. And so whether you're quarantining, all week long, even through Christmas, even through the holidays, it's not a surprise, and it's not a secret that there have been Christmases I have spent by myself, Christmas Eve, Christmas morning. So I have my tamales ready. I have my eggs ready. I'm stocked up on my coffee, my donut shop by Keurig. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm going to be in my pajamas all day. One of these days this week, I'm not sure which day. And It's a Wonderful Life, and The Family Stone, and Miracle on 34th Street. And it's just going to be Christmas after Christmas, and just talking to people and loving people and texting people and praying for people, because there's always a need to pray. We need to pray God's word. But some of you are going out. Some of you are spending time with people, and you just don't know what to wear. So one of our very dear friends from Fashion Magazine, she is one of our creative directors, and she's a stylist, and she's so many other things. Brilliant. She's got a beautiful heart, a big heart. She's in huge support of human trafficking. And I just love almost everything, not almost, I love everything about this wonderful woman. So let's take a look and see what Rox Akari is sharing with us about things that you can wear and how you can dress up throughout the week of quarantine, leading right into the new year. Here we go. looks like, there we go. That was wonderful. And so, Rox, thank you so much for sharing. I love those outfits, first of all. I feel like every one of those would be something that I could wear every day between now and New Year's Eve. And so let's just share real quick some of the places that she got some of those fun outfits from. I know she, one of the places that carries a lot of what she shared today is from Zara. So that's Zara.com. Another one of the stores that was alluded to in her outfit selections comes from Shein, or maybe it's Shine, but it's SHEIN.com, or Shane or Shine. I don't know how you pronounce it. Those white boots that she had were Sam Edelman's boots, and her tennis shoes and that one really cute outfit were Reeboks. And then she said one of her outfits actually was a thrifted outfit. And so you can go visit Zara, visit Shine, Sam Edelman, Reebok. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. But weren't those so fun? They're so versatile. I love that it's like she was wearing, and how she was wearing that brown lounger from Zara. And then she totally dressed it up with that cute gold chain link. I mean, it was so classy with the tennis shoes. I was like, that is fun. I would love to wear that. Right? You too? Yeah. So cute. So let me just make sure that I shared all of the places that she talked about, because I want to make sure that we are covering what she wore and from where. Thank you again so much for that, Roxy. That was so good. The track boots were from Zara. The jogger set was from Zara. The sneakers with the jogger set, they were Michael Kors. That shirt that she wore, that cute shirt with that vest, was from Sam Edelman. But there is a shirt that I just recently got from Zara that is one of those long shirts, the collared shirts, the white shirts that you can wear the vest like that. Of course, she rocked it way better than I ever could. But Reebok sneakers with that other Zara outfit and outfit number 4. Outfit number 5, that was from Shine, SHEIN. Her boots were Doc Martens, but how cute when she would pair it with the wool coat. So cute. Love it. Love it, Rox. Everything so much. Thank you so much. And then that last gorgeous dress was from the Zara holiday collection, a beautiful red dress, and paired with Zara heels. And then she's rocking that purse, and it was from Coach. So thank you so much. So that is a do-it-yourself. Take a look. You can hit some of those websites that we talked about. And now we are going to end with the video, and hopefully you will be able to hear it this time. Before we bid adieu, before we say goodbye, we're going to watch one more time the actual with the audio, the video showing Chapel Valley and what they did. They did it themselves. They were not able to use a park this year to have people come and pick up free Christmas trees, but they delivered on their own 200 Christmas trees throughout Dane County, Chapel Valley. Let's watch that clip. It's going to take us a few minutes because we're doing a link, but I think we are ready to go. Let's make sure we can hear it too. Yes, yes, yes.
The coronavirus.
We'll make it bigger.
Share the work this sales season by starting your Canva Pro team. For a limited time only, start a team on Canva Pro and pay for one account to get 4 free.
Virus is forcing many of our holiday traditions to change. Dane County Church is trying to make sure that one survives. Adam Dexter joined them today as they work to deliver hope along with something else.
I was like, how is that even possible? These days, Jay Jennings' front lawn is looking more like a tree lot. Our neighbors are pretty familiar with us at this point. We always have something going on in our front yard. But even this is something new for the pastor at Chapel Valley Church. We have a lot of Christmas trees we're giving away. And it's all for a good cause. We've already received a lot of emails about people and just the desperate situation that they're in. And they are very grateful and excited at the opportunity of being able to have a tree and to celebrate and kind of celebrate with a tradition that they're used to. So just like Santa and his helpers, the group of friends, neighbors, and church members got to work taking hundreds of trees to people who need them. Justin and Carolyn Schaefer delivering a dozen on Madison's northeast side.
You get to hop around house to house and bring joy and Christmas cheer. It really does make me quite joyful and and happy to, again, see the smiles on people's faces, and be able to hey, even if you don't have much, here's what we're going to give you.
Jennings says each tree was purchased and donated by the church, with plenty of members giving to make it all happen. He says he's hopeful these trees will bring a sense of normalcy to a year that's taken so much, but also be a reminder of the reason for the season in the first place.
The Christmas tree is something that's in people's homes for the month. And our hope is that when people look at that tree, that they're reminded of the hope and the goodness that's out in the world and the good things that we've received.
In Madison, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
In years past, Jennings says the church has held a outdoor Christmas celebration, but coronavirus put an end to that, at least for this year.
So good. And so we did try showing that earlier, and apparently the audio, nobody could hear the audio, but I wanted you to hear and to see what wonderful things people are doing when they put their arms together, when they link together, when they put their hearts together, and they say, let's do something to bless. Let's make a difference in someone's lives. And so this church, Chapel Valley Church in Madison, Wisconsin, delivered 200 Christmas trees to people throughout Dane County. So congratulations, Chapel Valley, way to go. Again, it is a shout out to my sister and my brother-in-law. I would have been moved and touched regardless, but nevertheless, watching the video. And there was one interview with my sister on there. I was actually just crying, just seeing what can happen and how people's lives can be changed and impacted by the goodness and the care and the love of others. So all that being said, be safe. If you haven't yet subscribed, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching YouTube and you just happen to be like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing, go ahead and just hit subscribe to A New Thing Live. And if you're watching on Facebook, then I'm going to ask you to go ahead as soon as we're off and go do a search, head on over to YouTube, or Miss Carrie, if you're on Facebook, if you would be able, that would be awesome, to just put down YouTube and then the link so people can just click on it, click on the link. We will provide it, and then subscribe to our channel. And just ending with what chosen to say New Chapel, with what Chapel Valley Church did. They did a beautiful thing to bring a message of hope and to bring encouragement to people's hearts. And so we wish you, we here at A New Thing Live, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Be safe, be kind, love one another. We are here together. We're in this ugly thing called a pandemic together, but together we can partner with each other. We shouldn't be going through any of this alone. We really are better together. So Merry Christmas. Have a beautiful time with loved ones. If you're by yourself, no sulking. You have a lot to be grateful for. We have a lot to be grateful for. And I really do believe that our best days are ahead. So Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We'll see you next Monday with workout guru and fitness guru, expert actually would be the better word, Kelsey Lee Hollenbeck. She is a YouTube fitness expert, and she is amazing. And she gonna work me out. She gonna work me out. All right. And I'm glad, because I'm probably gonna have a few little inches I need to get rid of because of Christmas. So Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next Monday on A New Thing Live.
Are you ready?